Welcome back to CBS Sports HQ Spotlight. Big get for the Big Three as elected Hall of Famer Dwight Howard joins the league for this upcoming season. Eight-time All-Star going to join Los Angeles Riot in the season opener June 14th on CBS. Howard will help launch the Big Three's 8th season in Chicago at Allstate Arena. Let's bring in Big Three co-founder, music icon, and friend of the program, Ice Cube. Ice, great to have you as always. You know, the time that you guys signed Dwight Howard, you were quoted as saying he can do more on the basketball court than he was able to show in the NBA. I thought that was really interesting. What did you mean by that, and what excites you most about Howard joining you guys?
Well, you know, with the Big Three, you have to show all-around game. The difference between our game and the NBA, with the NBA, you can be a specialist. You could be a rebound guy or a defense guy or a three-point shooter. But in the Big Three, you got to do it all. So to have success, he's going to have to show his all-around basketball skills. I remember Rashard Lewis joining the league, and I just thought he was a catch and shoot guy, three-point guy. But in the Big Three, he was able to bang down low and show that he had a post-up game. He didn't really get a chance to show that in the NBA. So I believe Dwight Howard is going to be the same way. He's going to show us things that we really never saw in the NBA from him.
Oh, man, Superman with you guys. You also got Montrezl Harrell and Wes Johnson. Can I ask you a little bit of the art of the deal? I'm always curious in how some of these things get done. What can you share with us, Ice Cube, about how you guys were able to court Dwight Howard and able to get him in the Big Three?
You know, sometimes it takes a couple of years. Sometimes we go after a guy and he's not ready to play, and we never give up. We stay on him and say, hey, when you get the itch, we here. We ready for you. We ready to welcome you. And it comes to a point where guys, they still want to play. They still want to be around, the top-notch competition. They want to play here at home because a lot of them play overseas, and they end up, through Deion Glover, which is a great recruit, and Thomas Scott, Byron Scott's son. He's a great, he's the head of basketball operations. So, we all, hound these guys until they either tell us yay or nay. And some guys are done. They don't want to play. They're done with pro basketball, and we don't want those guys. We want the guys that still got the hunger, still got something to prove, a little chip on their shoulder, and want to play at a high level.
Love that. Certainly takes a team. Speaking of teams, 8 all-new franchises, some new logos. We have them to show some of our viewers here. So we're talking about Boston, Chicago, Dallas. We're here in South Florida, so we got Miami. What more can you tell us about the lineup that you guys have set for here this summer?
Well, we're planted in cities. It's called Summer in the City, because before we were just, teams. It was kind of like a rolling all-star game. And now we're planning. We're going to always have games in these cities every year. And it's great. And, we expect to grow from here, from 8 cities to 12, from 12 to 16. But this year, 8 strong cities ready to go. LA, Houston, Detroit, Dallas, DMV, Miami, and Chicago and Boston. And so, it's really a great time to really be, part of Big Three basketball. And if you live in these cities, you got a new team to root for.
Saw the list there. Michael Cooper, see over your right shoulder, big Laker fan. We certainly know that. They faced the T-Wolves in the first round. What are we making of this Laker team with LeBron and Luka?
I mean, they have a chance to be a great team. Have they had a chance to gel yet? That's what we're going to see. coming this playoffs? Have they gelled? Are they ready to go all the way? They're going to go up against some teams that's been together for a long time. So hopefully they're there. They have, high basketball IQ over there, great players, great role players that know their role, two great superstars, an emerging player with Austin Reeves. And, we'll see how they do against, a strong Timberwolves team.
We had our guy Avery Johnson do a bracket breakdown. He likes the Lakers to go all the way to the finals against the Celtics, which we certainly would love. By the way, when Luka, that trade went down, what was your reaction?
I'm always amazed at what the Lakers can do. I've been this way since they got Bob McAdoo back in the day. It's like, how y'all pull that off? And then they get, from Shaq, to LeBron, to even getting AD. I know they got rid of AD for Luka, but that was amazing. Even getting Anthony Davis, got a championship to LA. And so this is another amazing move by the Lakers. They cease to amaze me. That front office is pretty strong at going after the big names and the superstars and bringing them to Los Angeles.
Get you out of here on this. Raiders have the 6th overall pick. They bring in Pete Carroll. They bring in Geno Smith. What do you think they make with that first-round pick? And if Shador's there, do you want him?
Of course. I think he's pedigree. You cannot dismiss that. He's seen how to do it on the professional level for a very long time. Has a great, amazing coach and Hall of Famer, Deion Sanders, coach and father, So I think he's ready for the NFL. And, if he's there, the Raiders should take him. But if not, the Raiders should probably look at the defensive side of the ball, because they got to still deal with some great quarterbacks in the AFC West. So, we got to make sure we can stop somebody, because scoring ain't the only thing. We got some great quarterbacks out here.
No doubt. You got to deal with 13 over there, of course, with Patrick Mahomes over in Kansas City. Ice Cube joining us here on HQ Spotlight. I certainly appreciate it, my man.
Anytime, every time, man. Thank you.
Big 3 season 8 tips off June 14th in Chicago at Allstate Arena. It's going to be live on CBS, and tickets available now at big3.com/tickets.